Hello, today we will learn about TCP/IP securities. So, TCP/IP securities are encryption, integrity, non-repudiation, authentication, and authorization. So, let's discuss about these. Security in TCP/IP model plays a very important role because the TCP/IP security is used to make the data and our network secure. So TCP/IP add these 5 security features to make the network secure are encryption, integrity, non-repudiation, authentication, and authorization. So let's discuss about these one by one. First is encryption. Encryption is the process to convert user data into the form of codes. So in network, data is transmitted in the form of 1 and 0, and it is very easy for the hacker to steal the data and read it or modify it. So encryption is a process of converting user data into a code in such a way that only authorized party can access it. So encryption is the most effective way to achieve data security. Encryption can be done in 2 ways. First is metric key algorithm standard and asymmetric key algorithm standard. We will discuss about this later on. Next is integrity. So integrity is a process to guarantee that the data received is the same as original data sent by the sender. So how we can know that the data which is sent by the sender is same as that received by the receiver. So the integrity is a process which provides us the guarantee that the sent and received data is the same. So it indicates that there is no difference between sent data and received data in the network. So integrity covers the situation of data stealing in the network and modification of interrupted data by the hackers. So in TCP/IP, hash tool is used to provide data integrity. Let's learn about hash tool. What is a hash tool? Cryptographic hash function is a mathematical function that runs over a string of binary digits or data. Means a hash function is run over a digit of data and results in a value fixed length called checksum. So hash function is one-way function that it is reversible, so we cannot create data bits from using its checksum bits. So it cannot be reversible. So secure hash algorithm is used now, which include a family of cryptographic hash functions such as SHA-1, SHA-2, and SHA-3. Next is non-repudiation. What is non-repudiation? It is a process of making sure that the party with which we are signing any contract or communication cannot deny the authenticity of the signature on a document. So it is a service that provides proof of the integrity and origin of data, that the data is coming from a person or entity it was to came from. Like you are buying something from eBay and you are entering your credit card number. So before entering the credit card number, you have to make sure that is the secure website or it is a authenticated website. So non-repudiation process provide the authenticity of the signature of the website. So non-repudiation provide assertion of authentication with high assurance that the person or entity or a website with which we are dealing are genuine. So non-repudiation is done by digital signatures or PKI, personal key public key infrastructure. Next is authentication. Authentication, as we know, is a process of positively identifying an individual who is trying to access the data, usually based upon the username and password. So it is any process by which a system verifies the identity of a user who wants to access it. So TCP/IP security standards are point-to-point protocol, authentication, authorization, accounting, AAA, extensible authentication protocol, EAP, and 802.1x, etc. We will discuss about this later on. Next is authorization. So authorization is the function of specifying the right to access resources such as personal information and data over computer network. So in general, to authorize mean is to define an access policy that the user have the access to use the data or not. So access control list is a list of access control entities. ACE are identified by the different trustees and they specify the access right allowed, denied, or addicted for these that trusts. So authorization provide the access policies who have the access to that data or not. So there are three type of access control this model. First is MAC, mandatory access control. In that, access is strictly controlled by the system administrator, and it is designed and defined primarily by the government. So next is DAC, discretionary access control, that allow each user to control access to their own data. So in DAC, a ACL is created, in which ACL contain list of users and groups to which the users has permitted access together with the level of access. So next is role-based access control, in which they assigns permission to a particular role in an organization. So RBAC are the real world structuring access control. So RBAC's access under RBAC is based upon user job function within organization. For example, an accountant in a company will be assigned to the accountant role, gaining access to all the resources permitted for all accounts in the system. So this is all about TCP/IP security. Thank you.